Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. For those of you tuning in today, we welcome you in. A little something interesting I noticed that does fit in with our Halloween theme, and that's the streetlights. Notice the yellow color on it. About 20 years ago, the streetlights were all white. They were bright. They were illuminating the whole place just by themselves. And the council took a vote, and apparently these yellow streetlights are cheaper, or at least they were at the time they took the vote. So they swapped the white ones, which made everything brighter, which studies show that they prevented crime, and basically the white ones were superior in every way. But the yellow ones are the ones that won the day. Even now, 20 years later, when LED technology has taken over and basically you can make streetlights anything you like, here we are stuck with these yellow lights. Now, like I mentioned, the yellow lights compared to the white lights were traced to an increase in crime rates because, of course, with that yellow shade, there's more shadows to hide behind. It doesn't help right now that a car just came into my shot with the bright lights, but look at that. Look at that compared to the light beside it. That's what we are giving up so that we can have these weak little things. Naturally, this means people are going to be more tempted to sneak around and do things that they're not supposed to be doing. Also, it gives more, how am I going to say this? Despite the fact there's more lights today than there were 20 years ago, there's less light overall. There's still the same amount of light pollution, as you can tell by NASA's various studies and world maps and things like that. But overall, we have less light. The night is just a little bit less inviting. So why is this? Why was the sacrifice worth it? Again, 20 years ago, understandable that there was an energy savings, and it was just replacing light bulbs is the cheapest thing that you can do to save energy. You're spending the same amount of money and you're getting a better product. Okay, that was great, but we're in 2021. The technology is entirely different. Heck, look, it's 2 a.m. out there, and look at the light in the sky. It's not that dark because of all the lights that people are shining up in the sky, just like that one. No, the truth is, now we have these orangey yellow lights because it's expected. They changed our expectations. Before going home at night, it was really bright and the light shone everywhere. And now you can see it's dark. There's all sorts of places somebody with evil intentions could be hiding, and not much light going around. See there again, a white light. How much is that putting off? And that one I almost guarantee is an LED based light. The car has gone to its, parking lights. Actually, there's another car coming up. So there you go. Parking lights versus regular lights. The white light versus the yellow light. Which one would you rather have coming home? And like I said, it's no longer a matter of saving money. It's just a matter of this is what's ordered, so this is what we're using. And nobody's introducing legislation that we should have more light. Because, of course, light pollution there. Now he's heading right at us. See how bright those white lights get. The reason I'm bringing this up is because they don't want us in the light. They want us in the shadow. Bright lights make people feel secure. There's the whole thing nowadays where you have Craigslist and all those sort of things where you can go, and they have places set up at most municipalities where you can make swaps, or you would choose to go somewhere that was well lit. And that's because it's well lit. There's cameras there. There's a police presence. You know you are safe. But under these pathetic little yellow lights, how safe do you really feel? It's part of the psychological warfare that's being waged against us over the past while. I mean, first of all, we get people like Unsolved Mysteries, and all credit to Robert Stack and the production team. They did a fantastic job of presenting us with all the weird things that go on in the world. But you combine that with the news, which always has a murder, a shooting, a stabbing, something crazy going on. You know, people stealing, breaking and entering, drug deals, you name it, it's all going on, and it makes us afraid of the night. Now, our ancestors were afraid of the night, and that was used to control them. Yes, there were night watchmen and people who did things like would wake people up at the crack of dawn or clean out the Johnnies and latrines overnight. But they were the exception to the rule. Most people lived a diurnal existence. And these lights are putting that fear back into us. Again, in the modern day, 2021, when there's no purpose to changing the color of light, when people would probably appreciate the extra light walking home, and I've seen people walking home, no one's walking home at 2 o'clock in the morning, but they have their camera lights and flashlights on because they don't feel safe under the minimal light these things give you. It's designed to make you feel afraid, and especially combined with the season. Notice, orange and yellow are the colors of Halloween, and these lights are orange and yellow. They just make you feel a little bit on edge, a little bit spooky, a little bit like Saturnalia is just around the corner. So this is an example of a government mandate which was intended as pure psychological warfare, under the guise of saving a couple bucks. But one that has become hopelessly obsolete. Yet, no move to change it has come up. No one would even think about it. Because it's better to have people who are afraid to go out at night. After the pandemic, yes, there's been a couple parties and a couple people having fun. I got no problem with that. But it's nowhere what it was before. Weekends, we could come over and start a slow pitch softball league out here, and we might have to move for 1 or 2 cars. That's it. Because no one's going out at night. Even people that have to work at night are scared coming home. And I can tell you there's a police station right behind that group of houses. Well, there's a little hop, skip, and a jump away, but you get the idea. It's not far. So why do people feel so afraid when their protection is supposedly that close? Well, it's just the environment is not nice. Being out at night is not safe. I mean, most of my audience probably has cars, and you're driving around and you're checking things out. You've got your lights on, and the second you get into your driveway, you go straight into your house. But you would never think about taking a walk at night. Now, Silverlight is a pretty big guy, 6'3". Played football, was a lifeguard, decent shape. I'm getting a little older and not the same as I once was. But whereas I have no fear at night, I can understand a lot of other people having it. The young woman walking home in this, are you kidding? If that was her property, look at how far she would have to go to get to the next light, and then the next one. That is a lot of scary area that anybody could be hiding in. And the other side of the street is dark. So you could only possibly walk on one side of the street with that nice big gap in between. That doesn't look very safe to anybody in particular, does it? No, so you could be hiding behind that car, and whether it's to jump out or scare you or do something worse, you don't know. You don't have time to make that judgment. But that's what we're dealing with. Pale little lights off in the distance, put there just to keep us afraid. Because we all are afraid of what goes bump in the night. And that is unfortunately the decision that nobody wants to appeal, despite the fact it would cost no money to restore it. Now, as an amateur astronomer, yeah, I'm going to lose a little bit of my view of the night sky. But in return, making people safer seems much better, especially not having Halloween colors up all year so that the easily spooked, the crazies who believe absolutely everything. And I don't want to pick on anything, but there's a few pseudosciences out there that people take seriously. Well, those are the type of people that this is designed to scare. And even regular people. Again, that nice long distance, that's the last light, nothing past that. And I'm zoomed in. And then from there, nothing going down, all that area where anything could happen. So tell me, do you want to be taking that by foot? Even on a bike, that would be scary. It's artificially forcing us to choose cars. And it's artificially making us associate orange with something that might be sinister. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Silverlight Show. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And we hope everyone has a fantastic day.